So, you're a first-time homebuyer in Canada, or you're just buying a home in Canada. Well, these are the things that can go wrong when buying a home. Hi friends, welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Larissa Noon here, realtor with eXp Realty here in Drumheller, Alberta, Canada, aka, yes, you know it, dinosaur capital of the world. And on today's episode of Keeping It Real Estate, we are discussing the potential blind spots and problems that could arise during the home buying journey. Now, buying a home is very much a process, and when an accepted offer is in place, there are certain timelines, deadlines, and obligations that must be met. So regardless if you are a first-time home buyer or not, these are some things that you may not be able to avoid. But at least this video is here to serve you and provide you some awareness as to what could arise if it does happen. But before we get into this video, please be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss any of my content, and follow me on Instagram at Loden Living for more real estate content just like this. Let's get into the video. Starting with number 1, unexpected cost. Now, as a first-time home buyer, you may not be completely aware of all the other costs related to the purchase of real estate. Now in Canada, if you have less than 20% down on a property, that is considered a high ratio mortgage and you are required to have that mortgage insured. This is better known as CMHC fees, and this basically protects your lender, not you, in the case if you do default on your mortgage payments. Now this insurance premium is calculated based on how much you put down on your home. So typically, the bigger the down payment, the less this fee will be, but it is a lump sum fee that is added to your total mortgage. Now, usually with purchasing a home, you will typically have conditions like, of course, financing and a home inspection. A home inspection is at your own expense and can vary depending on where this home is located and how big it is. But just for some ballpark costs, it will cost you typically around $300 to $600. At closing, there may be some adjustment cost for property taxes. So this really depends on when you are buying that home. So in some cases, you may have to pay the sellers a credit for the amount of property taxes they have paid up until the possession day. But then again, these additional costs will be brought up by your real estate lawyer when you go to sign these specific closing documents. To learn more about these specific costs and what they are, see the video linked in the cards above. Point number 2, home inspection tolerance. Now, it's important to understand that no home, even newly built, is perfect. There is always something. So when you get that home inspection report back, what it really boils down to is your tolerance level. How significant are these issues or defects? Are these issues something that you can repair after you purchase the home, or can you negotiate the price and the repairs with the seller? Now, when you are buying a home and looking at various homes, you need to have a very focused intention of what kind of home you want to buy. Do you have the intention of buying a home that is essentially turnkey ready and that doesn't need any sort of renovations or repairs? Or do you have the budget that needs to perhaps look for a rehab home where you have the intention of putting a little sweat equity into that home? Regardless of what your choice is, what it really comes down to is, again, your tolerance and how you can manage your tolerance for the unexpected repairs that may be needed. So as long as you can tolerate the repairs that are needed, then that is the house that you should buy. Point number 3, problems with your mortgage. There are typically 2 things that arise during the mortgage process, and that has to do with 1, your personal financial history, and 2, the property itself. When it comes to your finances, it's really important to make sure that you get pre-approved before buying a home. And I know you have heard this before, but it really is so important. Doing so will allow you to have an understanding of your finances and if you need to improve it and how to do so. And going back to mortgage default insurance, if your mortgage is insured, your mortgage file is basically vetted 2 times. So after you have an accepted deal, you need to give that to your broker or your specialist, and they give that paperwork to your lender. So once they review it, they accept it, that document also goes to the mortgage default insurer. And here in Canada, that would be CMHC or Sagan, which is formerly known as Genworth or Canada Guarantee. Now, if the mortgage default insurer does not approve your file, then your deal is basically on the brink of collapse. And there are a few things you can do that hopefully your mortgage broker or specialist will advise you to do, but you may be eligible to have a co-signer to help you, or in the other circumstance, to get rid of mortgage default insurance, you do need that 20% down on the property. In regards to the property, every bank or lender has certain guidelines on what meets the lending criteria. And in regards to the appraisal, if your appraisal comes in low, which pray it doesn't, what you have the option of doing is putting down out of pocket the difference, because the bank will only finance up to that appraised amount, and if you can't do that, then you will have to unfortunately walk away from that deal. All in all, make sure you have a solid understanding of your finances, and make sure you have a cushion for yourself if things like this in regards to your mortgage do turn up. Number 4, possession day delays. Now, possession day is really an exciting day because, my friend, you made it all the way to the end of the home buying journey. You are right there at the finish line. But this day can also turn up a little bit of some mishaps, but that's not to scare you. Usually possession happens at 12 noon that day, but there can be delays in the seller receiving their purchase funds, which then delays the release of keys, and then so on and so forth. So don't book your moving trucks for exactly 12 noon that day. Make sure you give a little bit of time so everybody can catch up, right? Now, when you do get to the property, make sure you go inside, you look in and out, and make sure everything that you have asked for is there. If in the contract you have asked for the inclusion of the fridge, the stove, dishwasher, dryer, you want to make sure all that is there in its physical form. Number 5, buyer frustration. Now, it's important to not let your emotions cloud your judgment, but that's easier said than done because really buying a home is a very emotional decision. But in some circumstances, you may be in a buyer's market or in a seller's market. So if you're in a seller's market where there is low inventory of homes and high buyer demand, then you may be in the situation of multiple offer situations, and it can be a little bit discouraging when there are multiple offers and you're being beat out by price and unconditional offers. But again, it's important to understand the market. And on the opposite side of the spectrum, you may be in a buyer's market where there are so many homes on the market and you have not found a single home that you like. And that may be because you have seen so many homes that it has overwhelmed you mentally and you can't really focus on what home you really like. So it's important to, again, understand the market conditions and know what you're buying and why you're buying it. At the end of the day, there is a home for everyone. You just have to ask, believe, and you will receive. Wow. Bars. Well, that is it for today's video. Keep in mind that many of these problems do have solutions, so don't let it wear you down. If you want to learn more about the home buying process and what to expect when buying a home, check out my home buying playlist in the cards above, and check out the description box below to download my free home buyer's guide. If you enjoyed this video today, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, as it helps me out so much and tells the YouTube algorithm to push out more of my content to viewers like yourself. Comment down below with any questions or concerns you may have, share this video with your friends and family, and if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and follow me on Instagram at Loden Living for more real estate content just like this. And until next time, I will see you next time. Bye, friends!